Okay, let's try this again. I just had it running, so Steam Cloud was being a jerk. So let's go ahead and launch the game. I closed it, so you know I'm actually launching it. This is desktop shortcut. Properties, so you know for sure. Steam, run game ID. It's normal. Launch. Okay, audio is turned down. What you want to pay attention to is up here, where it says D3, D11, then the frame rate. Watch that when I actually get into a race. Frame time, I haven't really noticed any real inconsistencies. Yes, the i9 9900K, 32 gig, and 2080 Super is accurate. That is system specifications. Yes, temperatures are accurate. That is within normal range. The i9 9900K just runs kind of hot. This is on a water-cooled system. That's why I also have pump RPM here, and the fan RPM is on a custom curve. The fan curve is a master-slave fan hub, so that's the speed of every fan, and they are actually for radiators and exhaust. I'm using a controller, one player, campaign, world tour. Let's go to India, because that's where I'm currently at on this race. And let's just start with this upgrade race. And just red car, why not? It's what I've been using for recent races. Alright, pay attention to the frame rate up here. Watch. Watch it dip. All I'm doing is sitting here. That frame rate should be the same as when it started. And also realize, just as a reminder, it started up around 600, maybe 580 you can estimate there. They're still not around a single lap yet. But I mentioned that 600, 580 range because eventually it's not going to even get that high. Eventually it's going to reduce permanently down to about 300 until a game restart. I mentioned this 8 months ago. It's still not been fixed. The responses I got made it seem like, oh yeah, they're going to fix it. But it didn't get done. Holding the brake because they keep crashing into me. Alright. Watch the frame rate continue to reduce. They got one lap so far. Then the straggler here. We might. Nope, they passed. Okay. Continues to go. After you play a while, when it starts at around 300 range, it actually reduces down to below 40 frames a second. That's on a 2080 Super. And look at that GPU usage, practically unused. Like, what the hell? Well, randomly popped up for no reason. Oops, wrong button. I don't remember how to go in reverse on. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to do either. I don't remember if you can go in reverse on this. I don't think you can. It's reducing still. They got through. They're almost done with the third lap. I'll change track still. I'll do this a little bit. Just keep an eye on that frame rate because it's going to get gradually worse with time. Just keep watching it. Let's hop to a different track. Hop around a bit. Eventually it'll reduce down to that 300 range and continue dropping. Let's go back. Let's go to this one. I haven't been to this one yet. It doesn't matter what car you pick. I was using the one that looked like a Mustang or a Viper or whatever the hell. That blue one with the white stripes there is what I was using before this red one. Let's get out of the way so they don't actually hit me this time. Also on a bit of a slope. Right here should do. Let's just keep an eye on that frame rate. And the audio's turned down, obviously, so you can hear me actually speak, because whatever. Otherwise, you wouldn't really be able to hear me. I don't know how low it is compared to my voice. I just turned it way down just so I could be heard. There's nothing wrong with the audio of the game. It's fine. Pisses me off because the game looks really damn good. And when the frame rate's up a high, it's an amazing fucking game. But if you can't complete a single fucking race, all 3 laps, without it turning into a slideshow, I mean, that's not really playable. It doesn't matter how good it looks or how well it runs for a few seconds if it doesn't consist or if it can't maintain that. And the AI just keeps crashing on me even though I moved out of the way. Go figure. Maybe I should have moved out onto the right side instead of the left. Maybe the grass will help. They're almost on their 3rd lap. The big dot on the minimap is the first place racer. Yeah, would you look at that? Frame rate's now below 140. Now below the refresh rate on my monitor. Because I'm using a 144 Hz monitor. Continuing to drop. And that's a full 3 laps. Let's wait for all of them to finish. Just because the frame rate is getting so low now. I'm going to hop to another track, and I'll repeat. Before I end this, I'll go back to the track I started it on, just to show that, yeah, it's the same on every track. And if I go back to that same track, there we go. Let's go ahead and choose a different track now. If I go back to that same track, you'll see that the frame rate won't be up at that 500, 680, or 600, 580 to 600 range. Go to this one, same stuff. I'll pull over onto the grass up here. That way it don't hit me. There we go. And I'll stop here. Oh, it's rolling. I have to hold the brake. Yeah, it's already now under 300. Just after a few seconds. Under 200. Still not even 1 lap gone by. And the frame rate is already cut in half. This is the problem with the game, not my system. I already sent in a detailed email explaining the problem, as well as system specifications, how to replicate the problem, everything, 8 months ago. Got a response, and the response actually kind of made it sound like, yeah, they read the detailed response, or they were impressed by it. But hey, guess what? Still an issue. Oh, I guess I shouldn't say they, I should say you, because this is an unlisted video, so. Horizon Chase. Your company needs to fix this. It is pissing me off. Look at that, it's now under 100. And they're on the 3rd lap. 100. or under 100 versus over 500. That's a huge difference. Frame latency, that's where the frame time is. That's frame latency. It seems relatively consistent. There's some spikes there. You can see, obviously, they're really tiny though, so probably not really able to see much of it. It's a relatively flat line on the frame latency. And of course now the frame latency line is just going to be perfectly flat. You're not going to see any dips because of the settings I have on it. I have, I think I have it maxed at 12 milliseconds before it becomes a flat line up top like it is. And they finished that final lap, so let's go to a different track. This is all in the same area. It doesn't matter where I go. I could go to a different one if I need. I'll do that after I test this one. Let me get into the grass right here. Alright, not on the slope, so I don't need to hold the brake. Under 300. Oh, this is the one with the good music, too. One sounds exactly like Top Gear from Super Nintendo. Because it's kind of what this game is based on. Is basically a perfected version of Top Gear. One of the reasons why, actually it is the reason why I bought it, is because it looked so damn good. The music and everything. The graphics, hell, it doesn't seem like the graphics are all that good. It's just an image, just a standstill. But when your emotion, when the frame rate is actually doing well, it looks good. They've so far made 1 lap on this track. There's 4 laps in total, so give them 3 more. Including the one they're currently on. That is. Frame rate's almost under 100 after 1.5 laps. Gradually getting worse. Oh, and look at that. GPU usage is no longer at 24%, it's now at 16%. %. 2 more laps for him to go. Under 80 frames a second. May not seem like a big deal to some people if you got a 60 Hz refresh monitor, but frame rate dropping like that is a huge problem when you're doing nothing but just sitting here. It's processing the same image. It should be a consistent frame rate. There shouldn't be any fluctuations. The only time there should be a small fluctuation is when one of them drives by. So on the last lap, wait for that big dot to pass me one final time, then I'll go to a different track. It's going to take a little bit longer before it starts dropping into the 40 frames per second area and lower, but we'll get there. It's not under 70. Alright. Alright, they passed. Let's go to a different track. It was at 66 that time. It's getting lower and lower every friggin' time. Just as a reminder, the one we're going to return to at the end of this video is going to be this upgrade race here in India. So let's see, where is a good snowy area? This one might be snowy. Let's go to the upgrade race here. Let's see if this is snow. Just something a little bit different. Oh, whoops. I thought it was loading for some reason. Pull off over on the side as my ghost also does the racing on this. I have tried disabling that ghost, it doesn't fix the issue. I don't know if it's recording the ghost even when it's disabled. I don't know if the ghost is part of the cause, but whatever. Now on lap 2. This is a short track. Lap 3. Oh, damn, they actually hit me. Damn it. I'm trying to stay out of the way here. My ghost is in first place now, but I'll wait for the big dot instead of my ghost. Lap 4. Under 100 frames. The game actually, as you race, because the frame rate reducing like that, it gets more and more difficult the longer it goes on. And they're on the 5th lap, so I'm going to go ahead and swap tracks as soon as the big dot gets there. And the ghost stopped because it's the end of the race. They're already finished. Alright. Big dot finished. Let's switch tracks. That was a really short race, even though it was 5 laps. Let's see if I can find a big one. This one, it's a square, but this one I remember being relatively big, despite being a square. I'll pull off over onto the grass here. There we go. Under 300. Under 250. Under 200. Under 150. Just right up here, just as a reminder. Top right corner. And this is not because of OBS being open. It does this with OBS closed. This is the first time I've had OBS open with this game running. And they're only on the 2nd lap, and it's under 100. Halfway done with the 2nd lap. They're now on the 3rd lap, and it's at 80. Under 80. Ghost is nearly done. I'll wait for the big dot. Of course, the big dot hits me. It was under 70 on that one. Let's check somewhere else. How about California? Beginning of the game. Let's see. What about this one? Why not? I haven't seen the California ones in 8 months. Ghost was made, I think, with that blue car up there. If I remember right, it looked like it was the right shape. 3 laps. This is a small track. Now on the second lap, and it's under 100. That's just from sitting here doing nothing. It does the same thing when you're racing. Just to prove it, just for this one lap. Once they finish the third lap, I'll start driving around. They're now on the third lap, and it's at 70. Now it's under 70. Once the big dot finishes, I'll drive. And I'll go around. It's almost under 60. Now it's under 60. Alright, they finished. Let's go ahead and let's begin driving. Just to show. It'll continue dropping. There's going to be a little bit more frame rate variations here. I'm not going to bother getting the coins if they're still here. I'm pretty sure the coins are there even if you already get them all. I've been getting all the coins every time I go through it the first time. Oops. It's a lot easier to ignore the coins, but I've just been picking up. Not really a difficult game, it's just trying to get the coins and avoid the AI, which is kind of a pain. Because the AI all likes to move in front of you. There's no rubber banding that I've noticed though, which is good. So the AI of the driving is actually kind of decent. It's just kind of annoying that they will move in front of you like that. But if it's that versus the rubber banding, half-assed AI, I prefer the AI that they have in this. Now I'm on the third lap. Oops, hit that guy again. Keep doing that. I don't know why I do that even in regular races when I'm not trying to just show the frame rate. Frame rate's almost under 50. It's at 50 right now. And there are some races where there's 10 laps. Hey, look at that. It's under 50. It's been continuing to drop as I've been going through this. I'm going to stop up here before I hit the finish line. Would you look at that? 47. Let's go ahead and go to a different track. I'll do one more before I return to the one I started on. So where is one of the ones I was looking for? I was at India, so was this one? I think this one has some particle effects on one of these, doesn't it? I don't remember. Pretty sure one of them does. I just don't remember which one. It may have been this. No, this one is Sandstorm. I'll drive around until the sandstorm kicks up. Once the sandstorm actually does kick up, I'll find a spot to park out of the way. Whoops. Not really paying attention to where I'm going, so I'm going to crash a lot. Mostly just watching that frame rate. It's already under 150. Waiting for this day. I think you gotta go through at least one lap before the... Oh, no, it's starting now. Okay, here's the sandstorm. So I'll start right... Whoops. I'll start right after I pass the finish line. Or I'll stop right after I pass the finish line here. And again, yeah, I'm not really actually trying to race worth a damn, so I'm gonna keep crashing. There we go. I'll stop right here. Okay, I have to hold the brake. Never mind. Hold the brake right here. Some basic particle effects. Particles are pretty decent in this game, too. Again, the overall graphical aesthetic of this game is actually really damn nice. The problem is the frame rate issue. And the sandstorm stopped for some reason. Oh well. There's another with even more particle effects in it. I just don't remember which one. I was looking for it, but I ended up getting to the sandstorm. I think they're on their final lap now. This is also a relatively short track, even though time of it doesn't suggest that much. But it kind of is. It's almost under 60. I also noticed it's not starting up at that 580 to 600 range anymore. See if I can find the one with the... kind of like a volcano area. I don't remember where that was. It has a lot of particle effects throughout the entire race instead of just after a certain point. I'll do that as soon as Big Dot finishes. There we go. It's 53. Let's quit race. Oh, whoops. Choose a different track. Maybe, no, it's not those. Wait, was it the... I wonder. I don't think it was this. No, that's more sand. May have been... No, it wasn't Iceland, was it? Oh, maybe it was this. It looks like it had particles that looked similar, at least on the little... Yeah, it was something like this. I'll park off to the side on this one, because there's a lot of particles flying around. Frame rate started up at 470 this time. It's already down under 200 in 12 seconds. 470 to under 200 in 12 seconds. That is one hell of a problem. $30 seconds at 113 from 470. Under 139 seconds. I don't know what the hell they did. Or I guess since you guys, the actual creators, I don't know what the hell you did, but you screwed this up in some weird way I have never seen a game screwed up. You're now on lap 2. Next track, I'll return to the upgrade race I started with. Just to show how much worse it got in this short time I've been recording this. Because it does get gradually worse, and it's already under 60 in under 2 minutes. They're not even on the final lap. They're only on the second lap, and it's under 60 frames a second. It is a hell of a lot harder to play this game at 60 frames a second and less than it is at 144 and up. Big Dot is now on the final race or final lap, and they're all pushing me. I don't know what the hell they're doing driving on this side of the road here. Frame rate's under 55. Just like one of the ones before, I'll drive around after they finish the third lap. Just keeping an eye on it, not really a serious lap, or not a serious race or anything. It's at 48. Eight months. I told you about this 8 months ago. You've had plenty of time to fix it. You've released other mini updates and stuff in that time. I've seen all the community shit you're pushing. You know what? That community stuff, it doesn't matter, and that was final. That community stuff doesn't matter if the game runs like ass. Like, who the hell do you think is going to actually play it if they can't run it worth a damn? I'm on a fucking expensive $3,000 system, and the frame rate is doing this weird shit? Are you serious? Oh, of course, fuel low, even though I was sitting still the whole time. Go figure. Maybe that was because I was holding the brake. Well, if I run out of gas, I can just wait for him to lap around, just like on Top Gear, and give me a push. I don't think it makes you lose the race if you run out of gas. I don't remember. Where's the gas here? That's the NOS, Nitro, whatever they call it. I think they just call it Nitro in this. Oh, damn, I missed that one. And that, because I wasn't looking at it. Whatever, it's under 40 frames a second. On a 9900K, that's nowhere near overheating, and a 2080 Super, which GPU usage of has now reduced to 8%. I gotta wait for someone to hit me so I can get the gas thing. Oh, it does quit. Never mind. Oh, hey, I got an achievement for that. That's funny. Disqualified. Yeah, no shit. Map. Let's go to a different race. Let's go back to India. Upgrade race. And I'll just sit there in the grass and let you see what happens this time. Because that one, it got to, what was it, 37? Oh, amazingly, it actually did start up around the 600. Actually, it was at 528. Takes about an hour or so. Oh, well, now it's already down under 200 in under 12 seconds. It does take about an hour or so before it actually starts around 300 instead of up around that 5 to 600 range. I don't know how long I've been doing this for, maybe 20, 30 minutes. Something around there. Well, let's just go ahead and sit here for a bit. Let you see how low it gets by the time they finish. The game's not running on a mechanical drive. The only mechanical drive I have in my system is for data backup. Operating system is running on a 250 gig SSD, and my games are all running on a 1 terabyte NVMe. They're on second lap. Frame rate is almost down to 60. Like this race, I tried this lap. Or this race, I mean, 2 or 3 times before I started recording this. and I stopped working on it because frame rate was getting down to 36 or somewhere around there. And it was just too damn low to do anything. I just kept missing turns and kept crashing, hitting stuff because the frame rate was too low. Down under 60. They're on the third lap. Huh, interesting. They need to fix the gas thing. You lose gas even when you're just sitting still. Still not quite as bad as it was. I was playing for a good hour or so. Maybe a little more than an hour before I started renewing my complaints about it on Twitter. And it was only a little while after that when I started recording this. Alright, they finished the race. Let's now us go. Frame rates are almost under 50. It's under 50 now. Nice of all the gas was shown on the minimap even when your fuel wasn't low. Because I always miss them. Oh, even when it's there I apparently miss them because I just missed it. This is going to be lost by running out of gas. Probably. Yeah, because I only have one bar. Unless I'm really lucky, then I can extend it. Oh, yeah, I missed it. I couldn't turn sharp enough. And I'm not going fast enough. Maybe this. Nitro will give me a little bit of a speed boost. There we go. Got some gas. I can extend the test. Frame rate's almost under 40. Damn it. Out of the way. Just trying to extend the test. I'm not trying to win or do a proper race. Just a reminder. Nitro gives that little boost. Need to use another one. So I can roll on forward. Maybe hit another bit of gas. Yep. Got a little more gas so I can extend the test. Frame rate's under 40. Oops. Whoops. Aw, not a nitro. I missed the gas. Whatever. No big deal. Stop here so I don't accidentally go across the thing. 37 frames a second. Then run out of fuel, of course, because I stopped. 37 on that one. The first time, what was it? Like 70 something maybe? Maybe it was 80? So you can see how it's gradually getting worse. I don't remember the exact amount. You can skip back to the first bit of the video and check. But I'm pretty sure it was up around 70 to 80 range. And just to show what happens, let's go ahead and quit this game. I'll relaunch it here in a sec. Gotta wait for Steam to stop being dumb with cloud syncing stuff on it. Can't just launch it immediately after because the cloud syncing issue is a little slow. I could disable that, but I don't want it disabled. I like having saves saved. Let's see. Racing. Yeah. It says it's active, but it's not. Because it's syncing stuff. Gotta wait for this to finish. Any day now. Yeah, you can see that uptime is wrong. Seconds, minutes, hours. It has not been up for 15 days. I turn my computer off every time I go to bed. The Windows uptime readings is a little brain dead. It's kind of odd. And that's done, so let's go ahead and close that. Relaunch, and I'll go back to that race, and I'll do the same thing I just did. Also, guys, when you make your game, try and make sure that the in-game options for audio is the same at the startup as it is when you actually load into it, because that loudness is kind of annoying. Alright, this is that same India upgrade race. Pull off to the side of the road and I'll do the exact same thing I just did. Alright, let's sit here. Remember, last time, after 12 seconds, it was under 200. It's still in the 400s now, and it's been 16, 17. So you can see gradual progression of worsening. I don't know what the hell's causing it. I don't know if it's some sort of a memory leak or what. Although if it was a memory leak, I would expect to see the RAM usage increasing. It seems more like it's just a GPU utilization issue. Because that GPU utilization, I forgot to pay attention to that at the end of that last race, but that's continually dropping. I don't know why it's so low to begin with. There's something wrong with it. Game uses an oddly large amount of CPU, and even that CPU usage ends up gradually reducing. Both of them just drop like a rock. It seems like as those drop, the frame rate drops. So far, the frame rate's still over 170. They're on the final lap, and of course they hit me. I'm gonna pull off to the side again. Now, since I moved, frame rate got a little reset because it does weird stuff. But of course, I already showed moving and actually racing, it still drops. Like, the game is actually really damn pretty. It's, overall, it seems really nice, but that frame rate issue needs to be fixed. Seriously, I really, really want to recommend this game to people. I want to tell them to fucking get it, but I can't do that. I have to actually tell them not to get it. And they're just now finishing the final lap. So let's go ahead and drive around now. So much damn smoother when it's a high frame rate instead of a screwed over one. Makes it so much easier to see when things are coming. Just a lot more visual information to handle. So much better. Like, obviously, yeah, you could see in my Steam library there's Split Second, which is a 30 frame cap game, but that one, there's more visual options on that. Like, you don't get stuck with this one specific view. You actually have a better view in front of you, so actually reacting at that low frame rate in that type of game works fine. It's a little retarded that it does have that 30 frame cap, but I knew it had that before I bought it. So just the comparison there, you could see there's not really any difference other than the frame rate, just from restarting the game. So gradual worsening the longer it's open. So just imagine how bad it gets after an hour or two. Like, it gets horrendous. Races starting under 300 or so, dropping down to 30 or less. Like, I really, really wanted to play and finish this game, but it's still not fixed, and that's really disappointing because it feels half-assed. Like, the artwork, the music, everything else about it seems really damn good, but the issue with the frame rate, it was at 591 there. And the issue with the frame rate just reducing over time is not acceptable. Oh, whoops. And I just bugged it. I don't know what the hell happened. Wow, I found a fucking glitch. I don't even know what the hell I did. I can't do anything. That's interesting. Alt F4. Kill the process. Alright, so that's it. Whatever. How long has this been going on? Oh wow, this has been 47 minutes. This is going to be a bit of an upload to do. Guys, fix your game. I don't know. This is stupid. I might release this public instead of just keeping it unlisted. I have no idea. Fix it. That is the weirdest, dumbest fucking bug I have ever seen.